here, she's talking about something that happened to her a long time ago.
Is Taylor Swift pregnant? Is she creating a new Swiftie? Or is she just like me, eating one too many vegan burgers?
An assault. A personal assault. A sexual assault.
Hello TikTok, I got 2 more golden play buttons today that I'm gonna show to girls if they come round, because they do.
Tommy, the nice vegan girls don't want to see your buttons, but if you want them to play with your buttons, you're gonna have to show them your fruits and your vegetables. Anyway, if she is pregnant, let's make sure that we tag her and let her know that her baby has a right to maintain his or her vegan virginity.
If you don't like the fact that you were pinned down and assaulted, why do you pay people to do this to other females?
We all know Miss Katie is that crazy vegan Karen, a complete and total lunatic that thinks all non-vegans are evil, deranged serial killers that deserve to die, no exceptions. She also believes that God himself is evil for creating creatures that eat other animals, like snakes, humans, cats, eagles, pigs, frogs, dogs, tigers, lions, bears, apes, chickens, coyotes, wolves, foxes, raccoons, just to name a few. But seriously, this is a very, very long list. It's almost like most animals eat other animals, right? Am I crazy to think that? So which ones does she want to save exactly? Because according to this clip, she doesn't seem to like carnivorous animals at all.
God is great at creating serial killers, lions who devour zebras, snakes who devour mice. He's great at torturing the innocent.
So I suppose only deer and cows get to live, right? Because even a rabbit will eat its own babies if they have a particularly stressful day at work. But I digress. There's no point howling into the vegan abyss that is Miss Katie's mind. Today, we're here to talk about her victims. People who she has personally harassed, attacked, and inappropriately sexualized over the last few years. One of whom she even managed to get deplatformed from TikTok while her fans drafted up a death petition to get this particular creator removed from the earth altogether. Hi Katie, how are you doing? I've been feeling really depressed lately. I feel that the anti-vegan anarchists on TikTok are attacking me with their spiteful words. I'm genuinely losing sleep over these haters, and it's starting to affect me physically. How do you overcome the idiots out there, Katie? Would it be possible for you to create a 7 to 10 minute video on your channel in support of me? Here is a title idea: 10 reasons why I fully support that vegan teacher and why she should never have been censored from TikTok. Please talk about the many false accusations against me and how I never broke any laws. I did not sexualize a minor when I offered fruits and veggies to a famous public figure, college student, and how I am not racist and how I am not homophobic, how my vegan dog is not unhealthy, vegan since August 2017, and how I do not deserve ongoing death threats by the meat and dairy industries, or to have my address and phone number doxxed, or to have dead animals thrown at my house. You could talk about how I compose songs and play the ukulele and dance and teach compassion. I need people to speak out clearly in support of me. I need positive titles on thumbnails out there because there are so many mean thumbnails that completely trash me. Yo, that vegan teacher really just hit him with the Bill Clinton approach there. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. I did not make inappropriate comments about Tommyinnit. But anyway, I just wanted to talk briefly about this. I'm going to show you a little bit more of this exchange that happened with this kid and that vegan teacher. It's actually pretty hilarious, but I think the most important thing to take away from this is that there's so many people out there that are just huffing that copium like crack, thinking to themselves, there's no way that vegan teacher is actually this fucking insane, right? It's all just an act. She's trolling us. She's scamming us. It's all a fucking ruse. It's all a scheme, you know? She's just trying to get in our heads and mess with us. She doesn't actually believe any of this bullshit, right? She's not actually a nutcase. Well, let me tell you something. I'm pretty sure you're wrong. Just from how she interacts with this person that messaged her, I think you gotta be a little insane in the membrane, insane in the brain, a little deranged to have this sort of reaction to somebody who's on your side too at that, and is just trying to ask you for some advice on how to handle some trolls. And then first off, you don't even try to actually give advice on doing that. You just immediately go make a video about me, tell everybody I'm not crazy, tell everybody I'm not homophobic, tell everybody I'm not a racist, cleanse my fucking name. I don't give a shit about what you got going on. This is about me. No, like, this is the kind of response you'd expect from somebody who's a total narcissist, crazy lunatic. Like, it's all in line with what we think about her already. Like, it all checks out. So I don't know how anybody could think this is all an act. If it is, she might be the greatest actor in the entire world. She'd make all of Hollywood just look like your regular high school theater club. I mean, that'd be impressive. To just troll the entire internet for like the last 5 years and never crack. You'd have to give her some mad props. Like, that's something I don't think's ever been done before. I then took a different approach and decided to tell Katie that I was a teacher. I told her that due to the nature of my job, I was simply unable to share my face on the internet. I'll admit it was an excuse. Here was her response. So you want to hide and let people like me take the heat for the animals. Got it.
At this point, seriously, just fuck off. Don't send me this bullshit without doing something yourself. When are the other vegans going to be willing to stick their necks out and defend me? How the fuck would you like it if somebody did that to you? I don't even want to look at the video. I just look at the title and it infuriates me. It is so wrong. What is the point in you sending me that? Speak out, show your face, defend me. Do what I would do to you. I would help you.
I then came partially clean to her. I told her my first name, I told her my age. I, however, did not tell her that I was not vegan.
That's your idea of defending me? Writing a sentence? Hiding your identity? You're being a coward. If this was you being attacked, I would show my face and I would defend you. I don't need friends like you. Sorry. I need actual friends. People who will speak out, write directly to YouTube, make videos, share their video with their face saying, that vegan teacher is not racist. That vegan teacher is not homophobic. That vegan teacher did nothing wrong. That's what I need. I don't need more people like you. I have 10,000 people like you. None of them are effective. None of them are helping. Thanks anyway.
See, I told you she was crazy. The entire time she just obsesses about this creator defending her. Why is it so paramount to her that people come out and say that she's not homophobic, that she's not racist, that she's not all these things that she's definitely implied that she may very well be? I mean, even if she's not either of these things, she's still an evil, manipulative, crazy, psychopathic woman that everybody can't fucking stand. There's nobody in existence that is going to be able to wipe your slate clean. There's nobody in existence that's going to be able to convince the entire world that you're not insane, that you're not insufferable, because you prove it time and time again. Even to this person who is claiming to be your ally, you're proving that you are an unhinged lunatic that cannot be reasoned with. You've created one of the most insane internet personas to ever exist on the internet. It's honestly impressive and kind of incredible. Like, I'm gonna give you that. I'm gonna give you some brownie points because that's amazing that you managed to become one of the most hated people on the planet by promoting something that's actually somewhat good for the world. The fact of the matter is, reducing the amount of consumption of animal products and stuff like that would actually be beneficial for the world. Less cow farming equals less methane gas or whatever it is that they let out that increases the effects of climate change. And consuming certain meats is also considerably unhealthy. There are farms in the meat industry that treat their animals like shit horribly, and that stuff fucking sucks. And the truth is, being vegan helps with that. It helps mitigate some of these awful things in the world. But somehow you've managed to take something genuinely good and made it awful. There's probably significantly less vegans in the world than there would be if you never became an internet personality, a quote-unquote activist, of the vegan variety, because you deter people from becoming vegan. Nobody wants to be like you. And one of the most absurd things, one of the things I find absolutely incredible, is it's not like you've been vegan your entire life. You've been vegan for what, 6 years? Something like that? You didn't turn vegan until your 50s. That means you went like 80% of your life eating animals. The amount of blood on your hands and in your stomach is more than the majority of people in the United States. Because I'm pretty sure the majority of people are under the age of 59. And if we ate just as much meat as you did up until you became vegan, like for me, for instance, I'm only 25. I haven't eaten meat for half as long as you have. I've eaten a lot less animals. So clearly that just makes me a better person than you are in your eyes. But somehow you think you're some kind of righteous messiah here to teach us all the way. Well, I'm afraid you're not. Everybody just sees you as the batshit crazy vegan lady that talks a bunch of nonsense and everybody can't stand. So I've mentioned the Tommyinnit situation already, and we're gonna go ahead and get to that. For some context for people that don't already know, Tommyinnit was a Minecraft streamer, content creator with a pretty big following, and he was also very young, I think about 16 years old or something like that. And that vegan teacher decided to lock her eyes on him, to sink her teeth into this poor unsuspecting kid. But what did he do wrong, you might wonder? And the answer to that is to play Minecraft and not promote veganism at the same time. So naturally, she thinks it's a great idea to harass and attack and spam videos, TikToks at the time, about him. And she actually did get banned, I believe, for the harassment that she had towards Tommyinnit. She was caught saying some inappropriate things to Tommyinnit, and I'll just let you guys see for yourself.
Hello TikTok, I got 2 more golden play buttons today that I'm going to show to girls if they come round. Because they do.
Tommy, the nice vegan girls don't want to see your buttons. But if you want them to play with your buttons, you're going to have to show them your fruits and your vegetables.
I'm not very strong.
Of course you're strong, Tommy. If I'm brave enough to watch Earthlings.com and then to become vegan, so are you.
I'm at college and surrounded by women.
Don't be scared, Tommy. Just follow that meat teacher, Miss Tofu. She'll help you find a nice vegan girl who will teach you what to do.
So yeah, if you're ever questioning why I labeled her that vegan predator, if it wasn't obvious enough with the whole baby thing that was going on, and then also the nude beach thing, and you know, with the children and all that good nonsense, well, here's some more evidence for you. Here's some more questionable activity to slap on that vegan teacher's face about how she views minors. Because this isn't the kind of joke that you should be making to a 16-year-old publicly, I'm afraid, especially not as a 56-year-old woman at the time, was I believe her age. And the harassment doesn't stop here. She made dozens upon dozens of videos about Tommyinnit, none of which I can really show because they were all on her TikTok that got banned due to these circumstances. And there are receipts, they exist out there in the world, but I've decided to opt out of showing all of that because I don't think it's particularly helpful. You all know what kind of crazy woman she is. You know what kind of stupid, ridiculous things that she says. Just leave it up to your imagination. It was pretty much all about him playing Minecraft and him not promoting veganism. And now, you know, his fans are terrible people because, I don't know, they kill pigs in Minecraft or something like that. Yeah, I know, it sounds ridiculous, but trust me, it's what happened. Tommyinnit did end up making a response video to this. If you guys are interested in that, you can go ahead and probably find it somewhere on YouTube. He didn't have much to say to her. He kind of just addressed her as like, oh yeah, it's a crazy vegan teacher. She's making videos about me and she sucks and I hate her. But yeah, if you just needed any more convincing that maybe she might be a little bit predatory towards minors, there you go. On to the next one. So this is a famous situation that I'm sure most of you have come across before, especially if you watch some of my videos. I've talked about the KallMeKris situation, where she basically told KallMeKris, boo-hoo, don't give a fuck that you got sexually assaulted, you pay for the murder in the group of women all the time, in reference to, you know, cows and other animals and stuff like that. Again, human sexual assault and inducing, I don't know, I don't know what the term is they use to like make a cow, basically their hormones think that they're pregnant so that they continue to produce milk, or maybe they actually are pregnant. I don't know a whole lot about that. I just know that's something that they do, and that's something that she always references, and she considers that to be. But anyway, let's have a look at that.
This is KallMeKris. She's an actor. She's such a good actor, she can play at least 30 different characters. Here, she's talking about something that happened to her a long time ago. An assault. A personal assault. A sexual assault that she suffered through. My question is this. If you don't like the fact that you were pinned down and assaulted, why do you pay people to do this to other females? You make fun of animal defenders who are defending cows, chickens, pigs, lambs, turkeys, all kinds of other females who are abused in the industry. You then go on, even today, to post another video talking about going to McDonald's. I have spent months, and in fact over a year on social media, trying to get people like you to change.
Yeah, so KallMeKris was sharing a very personal, emotional, sad, traumatizing experience that she had in that video. I mean, you can tell from her expression that she was genuinely hurt and in pain talking about it. And it's really sad. And, you know, to anybody that has ever been in this sort of situation, like, just know that people that aren't that vegan teacher care. You know, we have empathy and we feel for you. That includes me. And so when somebody like that vegan teacher trivializes and demeans somebody's trauma like this, it tends to infuriate people. It tends to deeply bother a lot of us, because this is crossing a boundary that no one should ever cross. Okay, if you're gonna talk about somebody's trauma like this, or even in general, you should do it with sympathy, empathy, and understanding and care, not as some twisted, disgusting way to promote some bullshit vegan propaganda. Now, this is where, when especially the people that look at that vegan teacher and think to themselves, she's just a troll, ignore her. It makes me really question, even if she were a troll, when is this okay? When is this acceptable? I don't care if you say, oh, it's just a prank, bro. Like, if you fucking drop battery acid and burn through somebody's skin and bones, oh, it's just a prank, that doesn't make it okay. You still hurt somebody. You still cause them serious damage. In this case, it's attacking somebody emotionally because they don't eat the same food as you. That is horrendous. I still think you gotta be some degree of insane. Like, I'm playing ball here with you guys for a second. For those that really think she's trolling, you still gotta be some level of a fucking lunatic to think this is okay, even for trolling. Now, I've already addressed this whole KallMeKris situation before, so we're just gonna move on from here to a video that vegan teacher made in response to KallMeKris actually calling her out on not using vegan markers and what she had to say.
Find vegan markers, as we found later.
There you go. I'm just educating everybody. I'm educating the planet, all right? Crayola's not vegan.
And I've ordered a vegan marker. So I want to thank Chris actually for that. Thank you for...
You're welcome. Are we going to become best friends? Did we just become best friends?
Here's a question for me, or that I have for you, Chris.
Ask away.
So if you are really determined to point out the type of ink that a teacher is using in order to grade a student, what are you suggesting exactly? That nobody should paint their shirts at all in case the paint is vegan, and you know, no items should be painted anyway. So I'm going to go through some of the notes that you gave. Before I do, though, I want to emphasize this message for you, Chris.
Okay.
Because you talk about eating animals. So I want you to just keep this: a black and white dog and a black and white, this is a baby boy cow. And baby boy cows are murdered when they are new. So I've looked at different things that you've said, and I think that you had an opportunity to be kind and to turn it around, and you haven't yet done that, but I'm not going to give up.
Am I an asshole?
So we're just gonna stop right there, because the actual response video that vegan teacher made is like an hour long of her pretty much just bashing KallMeKris, of course, for just not being vegan. So naturally, she's obviously a terrible, horrible person that promotes genocide and wants everybody to die, which is obviously not true, but Miss Katie here apparently thinks it is. So Miss Katie decides to take this as an opportunity. KallMeKris, who actually called her out by saying, hey, that marker you're using by Crayola, not vegan, uses animal products. And then instead of just immediately just being like, okay, yeah, you're right, I'm not going to do that again, I wasn't aware, wasn't thinking about it, whatever it is, and then own up to her mistake, which she kind of does, but at the same time she's like, well, to be vegan, you know, do you think people are just gonna have to check every single thing that they do to make sure that it was made buy vegan products only, like the paint on my shirt, you think I should make sure that that's vegan? Like, yes, actually, because you're some kind of fucking animal rights activist who thinks that murdering animals is wrong. Using animals for our pleasure is wrong. So then you should fucking practice what you preach, bitch. There should be no world where you're caught using a marker that uses animal products. Anything in your household should not have any sort of animal products used in their creation at all. I guarantee you, even the fruits and vegetables that you eat, that you get from the supermarket, they only exist, they only end up in your household on your dinner plate because of the fact that hundreds and thousands and millions of animals have been sacrificed so that these crops could grow and be sold to humans. Do you have any idea how much of a sport it is for people to hunt wild boar to protect farmers' crops? People literally get paid to basically be fucking boar bounty hunters because these little boars will destroy all the crops that you love so much. Do you have any idea how many animals' bloods are on your dinner plate because you're eating corn tonight? The pesticides that kill millions of insects and animals too. I mean, I know most pesticides are supposed to be safe for animals, but the fact of the matter is they're probably not. And I guarantee you, you're consuming that. So even when you lie to yourself and tell yourself that you're fully vegan, you're fucking not. Just because you might not be eating fucking bacon for breakfast, you might not be drinking milk, you might not be putting milk in your coffee or whatever, doesn't mean you are not consuming animal products every single day that you're alive. If you want to be truly vegan, you want to truly be non-animal using person, then go live out in the woods, go build your own house, go grow your own crops, and go live with the goddamn coyotes and squirrels. All right, guys, so we're going to wrap this up with a YouTuber by the name of The Random Show, who was once a TikToker who had roughly 80,000 followers, who became a target of ThatVeganTeacher and ThatVeganTeacher's fans. The Random Show made a couple videos about ThatVeganTeacher, and some of her insane fans, and Katie herself, decided to launch an all-out attack against The Random Show's profile. As a result, they did end up getting her banned and removed from TikTok. Not only that, but one of her crazy mods had started a death petition on top of numerous death threats from not just the moderator, but several of Miss Katie's fans. Shows what kind of people support her, right? People that claim to be, pro-life and for the animals and not hurting or harming anybody are very quick to decide, you know what? You don't deserve to live. You shall die by my hand. Like, what the fuck kind of shit is that? And how do you come up with the idea to make a petition to get like all the fans all together, to collab together and be like, yeah, let's kill this bitch? Like, what the fuck kind of shit is that? This is like a cult. This is like some crazy demonic cult. Like, Satanists aren't even a fraction as bad as this, and they get a bad rap, man. These are actually some purely evil, psychotic motherfuckers, let me tell you.
So I was once again stalked continuously and harassed by the Vegan Teacher's YouTube moderator, which they've told me that their name is Lily Orchid. Also, I've reached out to several YouTubers. Again, I've reached out to like the FBI, still have gotten no response. But I don't know if I'm gonna get my page back. And I kind of don't even care. It was like as soon as I started talking about the Vegan Teacher, the harassment started, the bullshit started. And it got too much. Because it's kind of funny how every single time that she responds to my Instagram messages, which if I have them, they will be like right here. She responded to my message as soon as my main account got banned. Pardon me. My main account was banned, and then her follower, her YouTube moderator, Lily Orchid, Emily Osment, Wilbur Robinson, they've harassed me from several different accounts for the last 8 months, threatening my life. So they've come back on one account or another, have been mass reporting me on TikTok because I've called the Vegan Teacher out on her lies, and one of the people that helped get her off of TikTok. So they never stopped. It's like I stopped talking about her in June, and it never stopped. It never stopped. But like I said, it's kind of like a blessing in disguise, because even if I talk about her again, who's going to see my videos? Who's going to see them? Who's going to care? But I just find it incredibly funny that as soon as something major happens on my page, like let's take the petition that was made against my life, Which if y'all want proof, I will put it here if I can find a screenshot in my many screenshots of all the harassment I have. I have thousands of screenshots.
So her video is pretty self-explanatory, so I'm not going to sit here and just regurgitate what she's already said, but she did put some of those interesting receipts up on there. They flash by pretty quick, so if you want to go back and pause and look at those, I would recommend it. They're pretty interesting, to put it that way. And then the death petition, it seems like she wasn't able to find it for this video. I do believe that it existed. There was somebody else that brought this to my attention originally. That person, I'm sorry, I think I have a screenshot, so if I have the screenshot, I'll just put it on this video to just kind of shout you out if you don't mind. But anyway, yeah, that's really it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below, and if you enjoyed, feel free to like and subscribe. Till next time.